Hello, welcome to part 2 of the Google Drive training. Uh, in the first video, I went over how you can upload and share documents, and in this video, I'm going to go into the actual document creation aspect of Google Drive. So, let us begin by going to Create, and then we're going to go to Document. And as you can see, what appears on the screen is something that looks very, very similar to Microsoft Word. And in fact, you can actually use this instead of Microsoft Word and be able to use it and never ever miss Word. To save a document, what you would do is give it a title. And for here, I'm just going to training doc practice. I'm just going to just name it for here. And so you can see that right here. And now the document is saved. I will be able to see it in my actual Google Drive when I go back to look for it later. But notice where it says all changes saved in Drive. So I don't even have to hit the little disk to say saved. So whenever I type something, as you can see how it says saving automatically. And so this is a great way for you to eliminate using Microsoft Office particularly and in Word, and you can do a lot of great things with this that you cannot do in Word. For example, when I go here, as in the first video, I can hit share. And so as I'm sharing this video, as I'm sharing this document with another teacher or someone else in the tech department or whomever, they can actually go in and work on the same document either at the same time or at a later date without having to email and save, which is awesome in terms of saving time and also having a actual consistency within the document as well. Now, another great thing about when you're able to share, you're able to actually see what changes were made and who made those changes. You can also go in and see a history of the changes of the document as it has gone from each reiteration to iteration. Okay. A great thing about this as well, when you're either working with a colleague or let's say you have your students doing work, what you're now able to do is hit the comment feature, and you as a teacher can go in and edit this. You know, I mean, you can edit your colleagues' work or you can edit your students' work. I mean, can you imagine your students working on a paper, for example, or an essay or some writing sample, and you not having to print that paper, not having to pull it up in an email, and not having to physically print it and grade it by hand. How you can now go in and comment, and such as you can say that Drive should not be capitalized. Okay, so as you can see, I misspelled that word, but luckily for here, have spell check. So now Drive should be capitalized, but for here I just put that comment there. And what will happen is when the student goes into the document, the student can go in and see your comment made here and at what time and etc. Now notice right here where you see this no one else is signed in the chat. Basically what this is a chat feature, so when someone else is in the document beside yourself and both of you are in this document at the same time, you can actually pull up this chat and actually chat with each other while you are editing or working on that document. You cannot do that with Word. So that is a great feature you can do. So what I'm going to do is exit out of this document because I want to show you more. Okay. So let's go to create and let's go to presentation. And what we have here is something that looks like, you guessed it, PowerPoint. And so what I'm going to do is click on this because this is the slide that I'm choosing. Okay. And I'm going to again give it a title. So I'm just going to call it title. And now it is saved. It will be located in my drive, in which I will go back when I'm out and show you how it was there. And what you can do here, for example, look at here. You can go to background. And I am going to choose this. And while it was transparent beforehand, I changed the color to orange, and now you can see that is in there. And see, when you go in the background, notice you're able to pull up an image, reset the theme, bring in different colors. It's just a great option for you, right? Then there's the layout, a lot of other things. Now, if you want to add a slide, you will just go here. And this is just going to pretty much sort of duplicate this slide right here. Now, but if you want to, the option of, let's say doing this, for example. Now, notice when I chose the 2 columns, title and 2 columns, what that does is now I have 2 columns to type in text. Now, remember, have you ever worked on a PowerPoint and had to create these text boxes because you wanted to do these columns? And now, you know, just to flick, boop, you're done. So you don't have to do that anymore. To present it, if you were going to be at a conference, or maybe this is on your Epson or Prometheum, then you just click present, and now, you know, this is full screen and you can see everything. So I'm going to X that out, and again you have the comment feature. And again, if I wanted to share, I would share like I would share, you know, any other document in Google Drive. So I'm going to get out of here, and then I'm going to go to Spreadsheet, and voila, we have something that looks like, okay, don't everyone say it at the same time. What? Excel. Yes, Excel. We have something that looks exactly like Excel, and it works and functions like Excel. And again, the great thing about this spreadsheet, as with every other document that I'm showing you and that you will be able to create with Google Docs, is that you are able to share this and collaborate with people and work either simultaneously or at separate times, but on the same document within the same space, and do incredible things in terms of not only with your students being able to take their learning to the next level in terms of collaborative projects, but we're talking about on a productivity level what you as a teacher are able to do now that you cannot do with Word. Okay, so again, to change the title, I'm just going to have to do that and change the title. Okay, so you know how to do that. I don't have to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and X this out. And now I'm going to go to form. Okay, now form is awesome because you get to create surveys right here. Now, I've known other teachers to create little short quizzes for their students, but I have used it only for surveys, and I'm going to show you how to actually create a survey. The great thing about this versus SurveyMonkey and I've used SurveyMonkey when I was working on my master's, and I was going to use SurveyMonkey when I was collecting data for my dissertation. The problem is SurveyMonkey gives you free 10 questions, and after that you are paying for those questions. I mean, you're paying for over 10, and my survey happened to have about 15 questions, so I had to seek out another option, and Google Form was the option I chose, and it turned out to be fantastic for me. So I'm going to show you exactly how do you create a survey. So you're going to go here, and I'm just going to go survey 1 just for my title, just to do anything, and I'm going to click Books Classic, and I'm going to say okay. Now, the one thing I want you to remember, because you're not seeing the thing that I just chose, is you won't see it while you are actually creating the survey. However, once you send that link to someone, whomever clicks on that link will be able to see what you chose. Okay, so I'm going to show you some other things. So let's get to it. Now, the first thing you want to do is to uncheck this. Okay, so what that means is that anyone can take your survey and not have to be actually logged in to the district to view this form. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is just create a simple question. Okay, I'm just going to go, how would you rate the presenter? Okay, now with help desk, we use that in the tech department, right? With help text, it allows you to give instructions to the person who's taking a survey. So I would just say here, please be honest with your response. Okay, simple instructions. Now, what you're able to do is then choose how you want the person to answer the question. Now, you can go with a paragraph form, which allows a person to give a longer answer. You can go with a text, which is like a little short answer, like fantastic, great, awesome. Or you can go to multiple choice. There's check boxes. So like check all that apply. Choose from a list, where you can give a list answers. There's a scale, you know, strongly agree to strongly disagree, maybe have that backwards. So you have many options. So for here, how would you rate the presenter? What I'm going to do here is I am going to go multiple choice, and I'm just going to again go, I'm going to go fantastic. I'm going to go awesome. Oh, see, I guess I typed over that, huh? So I'm going to fantastic, awesome, amazing, or I might go all of the above. Okay, so that is done, and what I'm going to do is hit required answer. Excuse me, I keep saying that in all of my presentations. Required question, which means that the individual has to answer this question in order for them to move on. Okay, now notice before I move on how this looks like a pen. This allows you to edit. This allows you to just duplicate the question, and this is how you can delete the question. Okay, so I'm going to click done, and now you actually have your first question created. And in order for you to create another question in your survey, you're just going to click add item, and you'll keep doing that every time until your survey is complete. And then after that, you will then be able to send the form. Now again, because this is in Google Drive and you're creating this on Google Docs, you can always go back and edit the survey at a later date. Alright, so what I'm going to do is show link to submit another response. So sometimes this, you will see things like publish and show a link, or allow respondents to edit responses after submitting. You never want those checked. You never want those checked. So I'm going to send this again to myself. And well, let me answer this because no, let me send this, and I'm going to do this, and it's the same process where you know, you're sending it to someone just like you would share another document, and you do this, and now I've just emailed this survey to myself. So let me see if it pops up. See, here it is in my email. In my email right here. It's right here. And if I were to take this survey, and let me say I put all of the above. If I went back in Drive to survey 1, see where it says responses in the Drive, then I could actually go in and see where this response was done. So, I mean, that's fantastic, huh? So let me go back to the Drive, and it is just as simple as that. So I challenge you, for 2 weeks, don't use any Microsoft Office product. Okay? Create lesson plans and everything that you need to do using Google Docs. And after those 2 weeks, shoot me an email and tell me if it was worth it. Tell me, did you enjoy it? Did it work for you? Did it work better for you? Let me know. Well, that's it for this training video. Thank you.